So I found it interesting today that I was waiting for a plush I had purchased for my friend's baby to arrive so that I could ship it with the Tiny Truths Bible that I had gotten for them. And it was supposed to be here on Thursday, which we had a huge snowstorm on 1/9, which is pretty unheard of, in Texas. And I was actually pretty surprised because we were here last year in Texas and didn't have this issue. And I've been here before visiting Texas and never had seen this kind of snow. Anyway, um, the plush did not arrive on Thursday. It actually ended up arriving yesterday, the 10th. Super duper late. It was dark outside. It was probably 7, 8 o'clock. So I wasn't able to ship it that day, which means I had to ship it today, the earliest. So I went to go to Pirate Ship, which is what I use to print out my postal USPS shipping labels for a discount. And then I was like, oh wow, it's $8.88 for me to get it there on Tuesday. I was like, that's kind of crazy. But again, it could be nothing. It could be a God poke. Take it however you want. Pray about it. But I went to go send the notification or the tracking number to my friend so she could keep an eye on the package, make sure it arrives. And I noticed it was 11/11. So it was 11/11. And today is the 11th, so 1/11. And again, the shipping was $8.88. So I took a quick screenshot of that. But then I also noticed, I was like, the odd number standing out in the picture is the battery percentage, which is 73. So I was like, I wonder if 73 has any significance. I've heard a new channel I started watching mention that 37 has significance, and then that the mirror image of that or number of 73 has significance. So I went to look it up. And this is what I found. So it says the book of Joel numbers 3 chapters and 73 total verses. Joel, one of the minor prophets, is the only Old Testament prophetic book to mention the moon turning to blood before the return of Jesus Christ. And actually, right here, Joel chapter 2, verse 29 through 31 says, "And also I will pour out my spirit upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the coming of the great and awesome day of the Lord." I did find it interesting because Joel chapter 2 verse 29 in this section where it says, "And I will pour out my spirit," also reminds me of the introduction to Acts 2:17, which I had never heard until starting to read about the rapture. But anyway, I just thought that part was interesting. It says, see also Revelation 6, chapter 6, verse 12. Well, if you go down, it says, "The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and awesome day of the Lord." Joel chapter 2, verse 31. So that's specifically the end part where it talks about the blood moon. Well, I was looking and I had typed in blood moon just out of curiosity to see what was going on. And there's a Forbes article that says, number 1, the first blood moon eclipse since 2022 we'll see on March 13th through the 14th of this year. It says, in mid-March, North and South America will have a front row seat to a very special total lunar eclipse, the first since November 2022, in the early morning hours in North America. For a whopping 65 minutes, the full moon will pass through Earth's inner shadow, its umbra, and turn a weird-looking reddish color. During totality, the moon's crimson glow will dominate the sky, making it a must-see event if the skies are clear. Observers across Europe will catch only a glimpse of the eclipse during moonset. And then there was a second part to this article that says, number 2, a sunrise solar eclipse from North America. And it says that will occur on March 29th of this year. Now, there's something very interesting about this. I'm going to read it. I'm sure you'll pick it up as soon as I get to the end. It says, later that same month, parts of eastern North America and Europe will witness a partial solar eclipse. In regions like Maine and Quebec, the sun will rise as a crescent with 2 horns visible on the horizon, a striking sight from early risers. Europe will experience the eclipse mid-morning, with the depth of the event varying by location. Dublin and Edinburgh will see 41% and 40% of the sun obscured, respectively, Observers must use solar eclipse glasses and solar filters to view the event safely. Excuse me. But I think it's safe to say that that's pretty interesting that there is a blood moon again between March 13th and the 14th of this year, and that there is Joel again where it says the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and awesome day of the Lord. And then you fast forward that to the 29th where it says here there will be a sunrise solar eclipse, and it shows that the sun will rise as a crescent with two horns visible on the horizon. Not sure if that means anything, just thought it was interesting. Love you guys.